So this was an exciting module and I hope you learned a lot in it. Let me quickly give you a summary of what you learned in the last, hours basically. We learned about the basic visual concepts first. So you learned where the legend, where the axis, where the value, where all these parts of a visual are located and how you can use these in combination with the fields to define what your visual should look like. We then had a look at different basic chart types like line charts, bar charts, or column charts, and we learned how we can create these and how we can easily switch from one visual to another one. Besides that, we learned about tooltips and interactions. So tooltips allowed us to basically hover over a specific part of the visual and to add additional information to a pop-up window in the end. With the interactions, we were able to make our whole experience in the report a lot more, interactive in the end, because with the interactions, we learned that if we select a specific period, for example, in one visual, this can have an impact onto another visual. We also learned, kind of in combination with these interactions, about hierarchies and the drill mode. Hierarchies and drill mode helped us to dive deeper into a specific visual, so to enhance the detail level a specific visual has, and therefore we were kind of able to combine different visuals in one single visual. We also learned about formatting of visuals. You learned about the format menu, how you can work on the axis, how you can work on the colors of the different bars and the different lines. All these things that make sure that your visuals look as good as possible. Besides that, we also learned about the report and the visual themes. So we used the report theme to define a specific look of our report. And we also learned how we could format an entire, theme, basically an entire look of a visual to another visual with the help of the Format Painter. We also had a very close look at the slicer. The slicer is a very powerful visual which can contain one single field only. We used it mainly with the years here, and we learned all about the slicer, how to configure it, and how to use it, to make your own report even more interactive. We then had a look at different filter types. You learned about the filter types you have for an individual visual. We also had a look at visuals which refer to an entire report page. And finally, we also had a look at visuals which refer to the entire report. These allow you to even more customize the user experience of your report, again, exactly according to your needs. We also learned about a bit more advanced visuals, like combined visuals that we saw. We had combined visuals with two line charts or a visual with a line chart and a bar chart. Both can be easily created in Power BI Desktop. Besides that, we also had a look at a waterfall visual. Finally, we had a quick look at custom visuals, so not at the custom visuals we create on our own, but on how we can use custom visuals created by the community. With that, I think that we covered the visual part in a lot of detail and actually also Power BI Desktop, because from this point on, we will leave our local environment and bring our data to the cloud. This means after this exciting module, the next one comes, because you will learn how you can use Power BI Service or Power BI Pro to do exactly that, to make the data available for everyone you want and to collaborate on your projects with your colleagues.